Hey guys, Coach Tim here. Just attempted my 23.1, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown on the workout and how I would suggest you break it up from a couple of different kind of standpoints. So if you haven't seen the workout, it's a 14-minute AMRAP of 60 calories on the rower, 50 toes to bar, 40 wall balls, 30 cleans, and 20 ring muscle ups. Right from the off, for us kind of normal everyday athletes, forget about it being an AMRAP. It's about how as far through you can get the workout, and on some respects how fast you can get through the workout. Let's break it down from the top. So you've got 60 calories on the rower. The workout is most certainly not won or lost on the rower. Taking your time on the rower, getting into a nice rhythm, keeping your heart rate down, breathing under control, and finishing 30 seconds slower than some other people or than what you might typically row will have a massively good effect later on in the workout. Think about it this way: you get off, you smash the row, you get off, you'll probably rest for 20 to 30 seconds before you even attempt your toes to bar. You want to be getting off the rower feeling fresh, maybe walking straight over to your bar and starting your toes to bar straight away. So pace the row right from the off, keep the breathing under control. The workout is not won or lost on the rower. Moving on to the toes to bar. Right now, in the state that I'm in, I could comfortably still do 20 unbroken toes to bar, and I'm not trying to be cocky with saying that. I just want to give you guys an idea of how you should break it up. So I could comfortably do 20 unbroken toes to bar fresh. I broke the toes to bar into sets of 5 right from the start. Smaller, shorter, sharper sets with short, sharp rest is definitely the way to go with the toes to bar. So think about a number that's relevant to you that you can sustain pretty much the whole way through the workout. I think I got to about 43, so I was doing my 9th set of 5, and I dropped after 3, and then I did another set of 3, and then a 2 or whatever it is. But someone who can do 20 unbroken comfortably, still breaking it down to 5s and still having to break it down further towards the end, should give you a bit of an idea that opening with a big set of 10 or 15 or whatever you might have planned is probably not the way forward. Short, sharp sets, literally jump off the bar, shake it out, turn around and go again, is the way forward. Moving on to the wall balls. The wall balls, if you're all right at wall balls and sort of fit, your legs are pretty fresh by the time you get there. So you're looking at 2 sets for the top athletes, maybe 3 or 4 sets for kind of everyone else. Don't get excited with those either, because and do a big set of 40, because it's the same kind of thing as the row. If you do 40 and then need to take 30-40 seconds rest before you even touch the barbell, there's kind of no point. Do your short set, short 5-second rest, and then go again. Moving on to the barbell, I would recommend for everyone that they do quick singles. You probably saw it in the announcement last night, all of the top athletes did quick singles. I've also done workouts in the past, like Grace, next to someone who is doing a set of 10 unbroken and then 20 singles, and I've done singles next to them and finished 4 seconds after, but feeling a lot fresher. So it comes kind of the same with the row thing. There's no point in doing a set of 7 to 10 unbroken if you're just going to rest for 30 seconds before you do it again. You're better to just do continuous quick singles. And then moving to the muscle ups, it's kind of wherever you're at with that. If you have muscle ups, I would take a really decent rest before you attempt your first. If you don't rest enough and you go to attempt and you miss it, you've used so much energy to get a no rep. So take that that's where I would take 30 to 40 seconds rest, even depending on how much time you had. I think I had 2.5-ish minutes, and I took 30 seconds before I even attempted my first muscle up. That's from a intermediate to advanced standpoint, depending on where you're at. You want to aim to get to the muscle ups with as much energy as possible to maximize how many you can get. There's no point in absolutely smashing it and getting to the muscle ups and then not getting any. This is the kind of workout where if you have muscle ups and you get 1 or 2 or 3, literally every extra muscle up rep that you get at the end will jump you 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 places on the leaderboard with every muscle up you get. So if you have muscle ups and you're aiming to get to the muscle ups and get muscle ups, get there as fresh as possible. Don't worry about the tie break time so much. The flip side to that is if you don't have muscle ups, there's kind of two aspects that you can look at. Are you in a position where you think you can get your first muscle up, the magic of the open? So have you been following maybe the Bodyweight Stronger program? Have you been working on muscle ups? You know, you're really close. It's kind of a different story. You would go even slower through the workout. Give yourself like a minute or two at the end. Literally, again, don't rush. Take like a full minute rest. Really set yourself and try and get that one muscle up, because again, one muscle up will jump you thousands of spots on the leaderboard. The flip side is if you have or you don't have muscle ups and you're realistic and thinking that, you know, you're not going to get a muscle up in this workout, you want to aim to get a good tie break time. So the tie break time comes when you finish your 30th clean. So what I would suggest then is pretty much the same pacing the whole way through. Slow on the row, smaller sets on the toaster bar, small-ish sets on the wall balls, because you just don't want to like break down and it become a bit of a mess. But then when you get to the cleans, I would suggest starting with singles, but then if you've got anything left in the tank, that's when you may be able to push like a 5 or a 10 touch and go out to really push that tie break time and get a fast tie break score. So that is if you are realistic and not getting muscle ups. I think that pretty much covers kind of all bases. There's honestly like no real like massive tips or tricks with this workout. Sorry, the key strategy is to go slower than you think you need to and to take smaller sets than you think you need to. We've done this workout in classes like 2 or 3 times in the last few years. It's one of my favorite open workouts. I think we programmed it around Christmas time and we definitely did it in April last year. So it should be quite familiar. Hopefully you can remember back to those occasions and hopefully you've kind of made your mistakes in class where it doesn't really matter. That's the kind of key area if you're thinking of, you know, pushing workouts and seeing how quickly your toaster bar and stuff recover in workouts. You're better to do it in midweek workouts and then understand your body when you get to a competition setting like this. But just to recap, I think pace the row more than you think you should. You want to get off that as fresh as possible. Small, short, sharp sets with the toaster bar. Choose a number that is relative to you that you can sustain. Mine was 5 pretty much the whole way through. For some of you it might be 2. For some of you it might be 3. It might be quick singles. But either way, you just don't want to max out and then be staring at a bar for the rest of the time. Wall balls, 2 to 3 sets, cleans and singles. And then muscle ups, make sure you rest before your attempts. Guys, really good luck for this one. It's a fun one, embrace it. If you've got any kind of questions further to this video, feel free to drop me a message or an email or any of your head coaches in your respective gyms, and they'll be happy to give you a little bit of advice. But enjoy it. If this is your first open, have a good time. Thank you for watching this video, team. Make sure you check the heat list for both your allocated heat time and your judging slot. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, absolutely smashing this one, and then for next week and the 3rd week onwards. Enjoy it, guys. We'll chat to you soon.